What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It's your man BeatsbyLonza in the building, trying out something new. Want to see what this looks like. Want to talk about some MPC stuff and some stuff that's going on in the music universe. So I hope y'all doing good. Hope you're doing well on this Sunday. And yeah, man. Um, this MPC 3.0 is very interesting to say the least. I'm enjoying all the information that's going out. I'm enjoying watching everybody pretty much show their videos, give their information on what they feel about the MPC 3.0. So I'm excited. So yeah, I'm gonna give a few minutes to see how this looks. See if this works. So right now I don't know if it's working or not. Hmm. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. All right, we're live. All right, we're live. So yeah, it looks really good. I am enjoying the way that looks. But anyway, um, so yeah, I'm trying to get organized, figure out the way I want to get my content going, figure out what direction I want my page to be on. Because right now it's kind of like it has a direction, but it's kind of like over the place a little bit. So all over the place. So I'm trying to get that going. So yeah, I'm here just trying out my setup, seeing how my setup looks. Trying to get my cameras to communicate with each other so I can have different scenes in on my cameras. Right now, I'm only got one camera that's logged in right now until I can figure out how to get all these cameras to work correctly together. And then I got to go back and work on OBS and get that set up. But anyway, just rambling. Um, Want to say to everybody that's out there, just in this content space, man, just keep rocking, keep doing what you do, keep pushing, keep creating, and eventually your goals will come to pass. You'll reach your goals that you set, but you just got to keep going at it. You got to keep doing it. So keep working hard, and don't let what everybody else is doing to the left and the right kind of dictate how much work you put in or how much work you don't put in based off of what it looks like, because there's some ways of gain staging and making it look like you're doing a lot of work when you probably not doing a lot of work. So but yeah, man, back to this MPC stuff. I'm very excited about this 3.0. um I can't wait to get my hands on it. I've been waiting for Akai to send me the link for the beta so that I could I can update one of my MPCs and see what it looks like. So right now I'm trying to decipher in my brain. Right now I know I kind of think I want to put it on an MPC one because I have less projects on the MPC one. So if I had to roll back and take projects off of any device um, that I got the lesser of products on, it'd be the MPC one because it's the newest machine in my studio. Matter of fact, let me look at something real quick because I want to. There we go. I don't want to blur my screen. Oh, there we go. Yes, sir. We are in the freaking building, boy. Um, I wish I can see my comments. I can't see my comments here, so I'll just go to my YouTube on my iPad and see what it looks like. See if there's any comments, but I doubt it. But I forgot what I was saying. Back to the thing at hand. Yeah, I'm just here on a Sunday. My family has left me. My girls have went out to do girl stuff, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna come to the studio and get some work done in the studio." So here I am in the studio getting some work stuff done. So yeah, I am liking the way that looks. I'm liking the way that looks. That's pretty cool. Pretty nice. Now if I can only get my camera to shoot down on the desktop. It has a desktop mode, but I got to reposition the camera somehow to be able to shoot down on my desktop so you can see the desktop, what the desktop looks like. You know what? Let's try that. Kind of running out of space over here. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't even got dressed today. I'm just chilling in my regular day-to-day clothes. And but yeah, I'm rambling right now. I did have some stuff I wanted to talk about though. So MPC. But I was saying, yeah, I'm working on my desk because I want my desk, which is just below the bottom of this camera screen. I want to be able to show my equipment so I can make beats on the fly while I am streaming. So right now, it's the newest addition to the studio, which is the MPC Touch. Just an underrated piece of equipment that I wish that I can get to work correctly. So right now I can cut it on, I can see the screen, but none of the side are working right now. So now that's another thing I'm trying to figure out. So other than that, man, that is one of the things that you have to deal with when you have a multi hardware enthusiast. So you can see the MPC Ren back there chilling. So beautiful. S2400 on this side. MPC Studio Black on that side. Then I have all the native instruments, hardware machines on this side. The Maschine Studio, the Maschine Jam, the MK2. I have the machines, the Maschine Plus in my Annex B studio. And then to the left of us, it might be to your right, but on that side I have, can't even shoot that way. Yes, I can. Actually, I can. Yeah. Oh, you can't see it because the light is in the way. But anyway, on that side of the studio, I have the other MPC. Oh, actually, that's the damn bottom view. How did it do that all of a sudden? I promise you, previous to today, you could not see my screen. You couldn't see the bottom of my screen. Oh snap. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh shit. See, I got on shorts, so I'm not dressed to have my shorts in the video. Now I want to zoom in on some other stuff that you shouldn't be seeing. Anyway, back to the regular shot. Okay, so I think if I move this camera around, maybe I can get to be where I need to be. Oh, that's a perfect shot because now you can see the Maschine Studio, the black, not the Maschine Studio, the Akai Studio, MPC Studio black. Goodness gracious, my brain is still not working. And it's not even early in the morning, it's afternoon. But anyway, I'm rambling. Um, Mpc stuff. So yeah, so now, like I said, I'm trying to work on um, my videos, trying to work on the things that I want to bring to the public. I got a whole lot of video series, so I want to kind of streamline the video series so that you know what series you're getting week by week or every other week or monthly or whatever. So that's the way that works. So appreciate the thumbs up. Man, I wish I can see that somewhere else. It's not showing me. I give my own self another thumbs up. Oh man, that's so dope the way that technology has grown and gotten to where it is right now because shit, this is extra cool. I feel like I'm either like Batman or Iron Man. And once I get everything running together, like I have Loop Deck over here. Loop Deck is so cool. I don't know if y'all have Loop Decks in y'all studio, but you're able to press a button and initiate functions. There we go. So yeah, you're able to initiate functions such as you want to press a button to open up your email. You can open up your email. You can play, stop, pause. You have knobs to turn your volume up and down. Pretty dope, man. You can just press the button to go to, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, on here I have a YouTube button right there. I can press the button and go to YouTube or Spotify. And it's really cool too when you like open up like your DAWs like Ableton. Like when I open up Ableton, the whole Ableton workflow opens up on 3-4 pages of the Loop Deck automatically, which is pretty cool. But I'm excited. Akai, I need to figure out what y'all doing. I want to know if y'all coming out with a new hardware. If you mini the mini live, if you're coming out with a new Force, that'll be dope. So I didn't think about that. Somebody else on the Facebook forum was speaking about the Force, how the Ranger mode and Mixer mode looks like the Force, and I was just agreeing with them, and I was saying, if they came, and the guy was saying if they came out with a new machine, it'll be dope because we'll be in trouble because everybody will be trying to get the newest machine. And I said, yeah, I got my money ready because as soon as they drop a new machine, within 30 seconds of opening up the the floodgates, I am purchasing. I don't care. If I gotta eat ramen noodles for the next 6 months to pay it off, I'll do it. Which that's just a joke. I don't have to do that, but yeah, I can't wait. I want to see what they come up with, and I like this. I like this quiet drop. I like the way that they go about not saying nothing, just going about doing their thing and dropping. I like it. I like it. So in our group chat, we've been having a lot of talks about whether Native Instruments is getting beat down, or whether they can come back, or what's next for them to do, because Akai is busting them in the head with this 3.0. So Akai got a couple things under there, they got a couple things in their back pocket, because where to work on the computer. That's the next iteration. So once they come out with that, that's going to be a whole nother hoopla that's going to flood the floodgates for MPC users, because they're going to be wanting to use it in the freaking software. Then if they drop a new hardware, boom, they got a whole new initiative, and they probably, these people that have all that can't say nothing, they probably already shooting footage on this new equipment already. Like, you see how quickly, like, the Akai team had a video presented and ready, so whenever they dropped the new 3.0, the videos was ready, on the go. That's how you do it. So yeah, very, 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 very excited. I don't need any more equipment, but I'm definitely gonna buy a new MPC if they come out with a new MPC. Unless it's like, unless they come out with an MPC that is like 88 keys, then I don't need the 88 keys, because I got the 61 over there, 61 keys, which is probably running. It's running MPC XSE. It's running neck and neck right there with them. So just to have another keyboard in my studio, and I have limited space as it is, yeah, I wouldn't be getting 88 keys, so that wouldn't be a good addition to my studio. I mean, and I've been looking at the 37 just because it just looks good. And having that gas for a new equipment, just I just have to sit still. So that's what I'm doing. Sitting still. Sitting still. So yeah, 18 minutes. So I blab for 18 minutes about much of nothing, but I like to hear y'all thoughts. Leave some comments in the comment section if you have any comments or questions about anything. I'd love to answer any questions y'all may have. I am your drum machine specialist. I go by BeatsbyLonza. You can see my name right there at the bottom corner. At the bottom corner down there. If you can Google me about what I do production wise. I have music out on all streaming platforms. I have music out on Bandcamp. That's BeatsbyLonza. BeatsbyLonza.com, my own website. 37 is all you need now with 3.0. You are absolutely correct. Yeah, it's really all you need. But welcome to the gear store. MV8800 is officially dead. Uh, that's another conversation that we've had. Antic Semantics says that the MV8800 is officially dead. Now, me personally, I have a 8800 in my studio as well, and the screen has went dead. Now I have the VGA option to plug up an additional screen, and I can plug up the additional screen, but but until I get that one screen that's in the front working, it's just sitting still. And I never got a chance to really like put my time and effort in learning MV 8800. But from what I was told, I got it from a pawn shop for low. From what I was told, the MV 8800 was the MPC killer. So me being, I want to see this MPC killer. I want to see what it do. And another thing, just a tidbit out there for y'all. that if you go online, you will not find 8800 content. There's probably about 4 people that I know of that has 8800 content out there on YouTube. So if you're able to take the 8800 and build YouTube content, you could really hold the market for the 8800. And if Roland came out with a new 8800 with new specs, SD card, hard drive, it can be as big as the old joint was. They came out with that. Psh, they killing the market right now. They can really compete with MPC, but they just have to update their hardware and their GUI. They got to update that to play hardware games with everybody else. Man, don't listen. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, yeah. If I roll this way, you can see back there in that corner. It gets to be confusing on which direction I'm pointing at. But if you look back there, SP404 Mark II. I've had that Mark II for 3 years, at least 3 years. Times, and that's my fault because I don't have time to sit down and learn it. But it just don't give me the feeling that I get when I have an MPC in front of me. So, but it's over there. It's over there for effects to be used with the MPC one. It's over there for visual representation, and it's over there because one day I'm gonna eventually pick that machine up and I'm going to learn it. But I don't like a lot of menu diving. Shift that, press this button, go into all these freaking settings and try to do stuff. You lose me in my creativity of making music. I like to be able to cut a machine on, get to where I need to get to, you know, one button menu on where I need to be. Put it out, take the SD card out, put it in my computer, send it where I need to send it. Or take the SD card out, plug it to my dongle, put it on my phone, and email it out. So that's just me personally. So Antic says I have the X, the Force, and the 37. The MV8800 with the mouse is everything is dead now. Yeah, I have. Okay, so I have MPC 5000. Then I have the Force, and I'm telling you in order that I got it in the studio. MPC 5000, Akai Force, MPC X. Have a 25 key um complete. What's going on, Masada? That's my guy. I have a push 2, push 3, Maschine Studio, Maschine Jam, Maschine MK2, Maschine Plus, MPC Touch, MPC Studio Black. This is the champion for controllers for MPC. Now, if the MPC Mini comes out to be looking anything like this and have a screen on it, you know what would be so dope if they had a screen that flipped up and down from here, sort of like the X, and then this was the really that would be dope. That would be dope. But anyway, I love that. I love that controller. So I got the MPC Ren. I got the S2400. That's ISLA Instruments. The ISLA Instruments chord bot is here, and I got some. I got the APC 40 and the AP64 back there on the rack, as well as I got one little synth box over there. So that rounds up. Oh, and I got an MV8800 that's on that side of the studio with my DJ equipment. So I'm a drum machine specialist. That's my thing. I like drum machines, and I try to master as many and as much as I can So when I get the feeling to get in here and just work on something, I just pick something that I feel like working on that day, or if it's the drum machine of the week, then I jump on that and I make beats. And today is Sunday, so today is S2400 Sundays. So typically on Sundays I get on the S2400 and I make beats on 2400. But today I'm taking a break, just going on live. So yeah, I'm just rambling over here talking about MPC stuff. Earlier we were just talking about some of the things that we're looking forward to as far as like the MPC 3.0, the software, when it's going to come to the software, what type of event that's going to bring to the world once they drop that. Yeah, I don't have it all, but I got majority I got majority of it. Yeah, yeah. And that is it. That is it. Antic says, you know the secret. They're all the same. The Akai Force is actually the most versatile host it gets. Man, me and you should be twins, bro, because you are reading. You have read my mind and said everything that I've said multiple times. That the Akai Force is one of those secrets that if here's what I'm thinking. If Akai updated the Force, which I think I did read a comment where they said the Akai Force is going to get updated to 3.0, and they make it exactly like they made it on an MPC, and then you're able to open up the Akai Force in the software. They got a problem on their hands, because the Akai Force is pretty much the X on damn steroids. Pretty much, you just got 64 64 keys. You got your knobs at the top. The only thing that's really different about it is that your screen is going horizontal. You got more real estate going horizontal than on the X, where it is pretty much a square box on the screen. I love the Force. I love the Force. I didn't understand at first when I got it, because I had the Force about 3 4 years now. I didn't understand bringing in a drum, bringing in a drum track, and then how yeah, I mean, it's actually easy. You just load your expansion, and it's just like the MPC. But I didn't really understand um, that function, and then how to chop. But once I actually sat down and watched some YouTube videos and put time into it, then I realized that, oh man, the Force is really easy. I like the linear, you know, you hit the track joint and you can run all your joints at once. Love it. Or you can just press them one by one and make them jump. I ain't gonna give away my sauce, but that's what I'm doing next week. Just a heads up. Next week I'm on the Force, and I'm showing the Force arranger mode. I'm showing the Force mixing mode. I'm showing how easy it is to make beats on the Force, because I haven't made a lot of content on the Force lately. If you go to my page, I have a lot of content with the Force, but I just haven't made a lot of content lately. So because I'm getting ready, I'm amping myself up for this MPC with the arranger mode, amping myself up for how I'm going to plug this MPC 1 up to the 3.0 once I get this beta. And hey, come back, bro. I got 500 some videos on my page, and all of them are geared toward production. Some of them may be some funny stuff and just day-to-day stuff, but oh yeah, I have videos on all my equipment I have in the studio, and that's what I do. I'm here to help. If there is anything that I can help with, you have any questions, hit me up. I'm sure that we all kind of do the same thing. We help each other. We go to YouTube. We talk back and forth. We figure things out. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's Masada says the arrangement is what's on the Force. Basically, it's pretty much identical. If you look, it's pretty much identical if you look at the arrangement on the Force. It's just updated. They just took the idea, which was smart, very very smart, to take what they already got and use it, because it works. It works perfectly. It does what it needs to do, and I'm interested to see how the song mode works. I know that you can export the arranger on the Force, so I'm interested to see on the 3.0 how you export in song mode. If and you know how you build your sequences. I know you can still build sequences, but I want to see how it changes once you either build a sequence or you have arrangement in your arrangement. Which one, how it works. I haven't seen anybody make it. I've seen everybody make the video on how to make the beat and arrange it, but I haven't seen nobody um, export it and show you how they export it. I ain't seen nobody do that yet. So yeah, I'm left here to my devices. My girls are out. They're out doing girly stuff, and I thought I'd jump online well, I thought I'd jump online and get to my stream, because I'm updating my cameras so that I can have multiple views and actually show my desktop, so that I can get to showing people how I make beats on in front of my camera here on this side. And then because typically I run everything on a MacBook, but my studio is ran on an MPC. Studio is ran on a Mac Studio now, so now I got to transfer everything over to the Mac Studio. So I'm trying to figure out how to run all my cameras on the Mac Studio versus the MacBook. Says like the NV 8800, you can convert everything as an audio track, then export to WAV. Yeah, I'm gonna have to send my 8800 off to a repair shop to have them repair the screen, unless I can find a different screen. Because I have 3 screens right now. I had Mpc Stuff sent me 2 screens. I paid for 2 screens, got 2 screens, put them inside the joint, and I still have the whole yellow screen of nothing. I can't see anything on the screen but yellow. So I'm gonna have to send the 8800 off to be fixed, so that I can plug that in and get it to go in the studio. But it's last on my list of doing stuff. Yeah, I got the mouse and a VGA hookup, and I have a monitor for it and everything over there. I just another thing too, when I noticed that the screen was going out, I smelled like I smelled like smoke, like it was something burning. So I just immediately unplugged it, because I smelled the smoke somewhere in the screen area. So I think that maybe it's too much power for the particular screen that it got. But I verified the model numbers and the serial numbers on the screens to make sure they matched, make sure they were the same type of screens that should have went in it, that it didn't go on a different machine, like the 8000 versus the 8800, because they're different. But I did see online that there's another machine that Roland makes that is a mixer, and it has a white screen that would work on the 8800. Yeah, I don't want to put the 3.0 on my X yet until they come out with the software version. I'm gonna leave it off of all of my big machines that have the most projects, until they come out with the software, and you can move it from software to controller mode to hardware mode by itself. What? Oh no. Oh god. Yeah, erase that. Let me damn. Oh no. Don't tell me that. The X is a Superman over here. Now you got me really thinking about what the heck is going on. Yeah, I like the 37, but they missed out on the 37 um of not putting a hard drive in it. I don't know. Something about the 37, something about the X, something about the X that just it gives me everything in my fingertips. It's just they did exactly what they needed to do when they made the X. And let me tell you something else too. When I make beats on the X, the beats that I make on the X is way different than I make. This is weird. The beats I make on the X is way different than the beats I make on the Key 61. Way different than the beats I make on the Live 2. Way different than the beats I make on the 1. I know it's the same workflow, but if I'm gonna make a hit, I know I need to go to the X, the 61, or the Live 2, without a doubt. If I get a call right now that somebody needs something, those are the three machines I'm gonna go to. Just depending on who I can make it to first. Exporting all my MPC sounds to the MV8800. That's interesting. Yeah. Here's another thing too that's been floating around my group chat. Here's another thing that's been floating around my group chat is that I've had a problem with watching a lot of. And there's nothing wrong with what I'm about to say, and there's nothing wrong with people doing this, but I've always had an issue with watching people open up to MPC software in other DAWs. I don't really care for it. I really am. I'm not against it, but I really would like for people to use the MPC software because it's very powerful, and I went so many years without using the software. And then when I actually picked up the software, I'm like, man, I missed out on all this ability to mix and bring in VSTs and bring in plugins and all that stuff. But here's the other thing that I wanted to say, that when they're having this fight between, native instruments sounding better than the MPC, or MPC sounding better than the native instruments um, expansions and sounds, all of it is interchangeable. So if you really know, you can take the native instrument sounds, bring them into the MPC, make it happen. Take the MPC sounds, take it into native instruments, boom, now you got the best of both worlds. And like you said, take the MPC sounds, take them to the MV8800, and now you got the best of three worlds. So yeah, so now you got sounds from everywhere, and if you're creative enough and you know what you're doing, you can make it do what it do across whatever drum machine you prefer to use. So that's kind of like brought me back to, back into like real life. Like there's nothing wrong with bringing the MPC software into Logic, or bringing that into Ableton, or whatever you may do. But as long as you're able to use it as a hybrid and make it sound the way you need it to sound, make it happen. But thank y'all. I should say this before the live goes any further. Thank you all for coming to the live, um, and hanging out with your boy. This is something that I'm trying to do to help monetize my YouTube page and just bring awareness to the MPC community, bring awareness to producers that you don't have to just stick to one thing. You don't have to be a one pony trick show. You can do multiple things, and there's no right or wrong answer. Just as long as you get out there and make music, be happy, and bring some type of light into the world on the positive side of the world. So that's what my page is about: helping people, trying to be positive, enjoying making the music. Even if I never get a hit on the Billboard charts, I've done enough in my music career that I'm happy with what I've done and the music that we made, and it's out there. And until everybody gets to hear the music that's out there with the artists that I work with and my music, my work ain't never done. So that is my thing. So again, shameless plug, bandcamp.com, beatsbyLonza.bandcamp.com. I got a lot of projects out there. I got couple rap albums, an R&B album that I did with my man Beats by Wugga. He produced the album for me. I did the music, and then the rest of my albums are all produced by me. My other beat tapes out there done by me. So beatsbylonza.bandcamp.com. If you Google me, Beats by Lonza, you can see all the work that I've done across all social media platforms. You name it: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. I'm out there. So you just search Beats by Lonza. Yeah, you better beat me. You better beat me to that NVA 8800, because there's a lane. There's a lane out there that's wide open for the rolling 8800 and the 8000. There's a lane out there. People just are using it, and they're using it in their studios, and they're not talking about it or putting the content out. But there's a lane for it. So once I get up off my behind and get this joint fixed, I'll be able to make more content with it. But I gotta learn the workflow. What else? Shameless plug. BeatsbyLonza.com. I got a website out there. You can watch my podcasts. You can listen to the beats that I have out there for sale. You can buy merch. And what else can you do on BeatsbyLonza.com? Also, I have a producer kit for MPC for new producers, just to start you out. If you just need expansion to start out, I got an expansion out there that's free. You can download the expansion on my website. Vocals on the MPC. That's one thing I have not done, is record vocals on the MPC. As far as like recording vocals, as far as songs, I have recorded vocals to recorded my own vocals to make samples to make into hooks. I don't really like the way my voice sounds sometimes when I'm when I'm making samples for the MPC, so I kind of stay away from doing that. But it's as easy as plugging a mic into your input and going to town. Record an audio track, and it's right there. You can record an audio track right there in the MPC. Pretty much the MPC is a one-stop shop. You can record your vocals, you can make your beat, you can mix it down, you can export it out right there in the box without even Antic says that's why I don't leave the MV. Don't like the vocal effects on the MPC. You know, it takes a little bit of the effects on the MPC. It takes a little bit of, and you probably noticed already, it takes a little bit of maneuvering, manipulating, but you can get the you can get what you put in it out of it, if that makes sense. Just like sample chopping, you can get whatever you want out of it as long as you know how to manipulate it. So it may take you a little bit to find the VST effects that you want to put into that chain, that vocal chain, to run your vocals into it. But once you figure out what the key thing is to make your vocals sound good, your vocals will be perfect, and nobody will know any different that you recorded in an MPC. But I think, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. What's going to change the game is with the 3.0, with the linear arranger. Now you can bring in a freaking audio track, and now you can see your vocals going across the MPC in the linear arranger. And so all you have to do is, if you want to stack your vocals, audio one, blah 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 blah, record your vocals, add new track, add new audio track, then you stack your vocals again, or you copy that, mix. Because I was an engineer before I produced full time production. I was an engineer, so you go in and you mix your second duplication of vocals underneath the first one. Then now you come in and you do your ad libs behind it, and it don't take that many tracks. What's going on, Dayson? My man, Silver Days Music is in the building. Anti said it's so fast, like the MV and like the Force. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Like I said, with the microphone input back there on the Force, you got phantom power on the Force, and you can bring in a freaking condenser mic, and you are in there. Don't take that many tracks. Like you said, don't take that many tracks to stack, and your vocals is right there in the machine. I had a rule of thumb when I was an engineer. You know how like artists, and you see them with like 100 stacks. They have 100. Where I had 100 stacks in a project. That's just me, because the way I record it is that I get the best. I get them to do as much as they could in bars, right? I try to make sure that they get as much as they could out correctly on the first, on the first track, right? Then you can go in and punch in and finish up the rest of the 16 bars. And then the hook will be on its own particular track. And so I try to do at least 3 to 4 tracks per on the verse, 3 tracks, 3 4 tracks on the hook, and you can copy and paste the hook and move it around. Said I used to work on a Zoom that recorded up to 16 ghost tracks for vocals. Yeah, so what I was pretty much trying to get at is that I didn't believe in having 100 tracks in a project just to record. And one hook was normally the same all the time, and then you can just go back, and if the hook was changed up or anywhere in its ad libs, you just had another track for ad libs. Said you could literally select pieces from each to create. Yep. Hey, Dayson, you may want to go back through the comments and read the comments. There's something in the comments that you need to see, bruh. Some in the comments you need to see, and if you don't see it before it gets deleted, I'll have to um shoot you a text. That's going, whatever that is going to whirlwind in this whole community about what's happening. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up everything. Which I've been eyeing forever, just because it just looks good. It looks good. It gives me that old school MPC 2000 look, kind of look. If the Ranger is great on the X, I'll retire everything else. Nah, you won't have to. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to keep I'm gonna keep 2.15 on all my other machines because there's gonna be a group of people in the MPC community that's never gonna go and cross over to 3.0. So they'll never use the 3.0 unless the 3.0 is um unless they make you do it, which they can't other machines, just so that I can go back and still make content with the 2.15 um, look. And then on my machine that I'm going to keep the 3.0, I always have 3.0 on that machine so that I can make content with the 3.0 in that particular machine. So yeah, you shouldn't have to retire nothing, bro. Keep everything that you got. Keep everything that you got, and like I said, if it make you feel like it make me feel when I'm on a different machine, you'll always be inspired to make something different every time you jump on a different machine. I believe it, bruh. Yeah, there's some people that's going to complain about this new 3.0, and they're never gonna jump ship because they're stuck in their old ways. But I'm always about progression, and I like new stuff. So if I have to go in and redo my whole thing of learning 3.0, I'm gonna learn 3.0. I heard that you could, that you can go. I heard on the video that there's a button that you can press to go back, downgrade back to 215 from 3.0. I don't know how hard that's gonna be on your machine to go to 3.0 back to 215, back to 3.0 back to 215. So yeah, yeah. I saw that in a video somebody made. It said yeah, you can downgrade from 3.0 back to 215. But yeah, I'm going to hold off on putting it on all my machines until it comes out. Till it comes out completely with everything, all the bugs and stuff fixed. And hey, if y'all joining into this live, y'all won't get to see these comments because the comments are gonna leave once this video goes live onto the YouTube. But some good information flowing through in these questions in these comments saying there's new features coming and we're gonna be happy with it. So and I trust my guy with his word. Yeah, pretty much. And you know what they did? What they did with 3.0 is now they've made you basically stay inside the hardware. There's no need for you to go outside of the hardware. You can. There's no. I made a post and I said this earlier. There's no excuse why you can't go in the MPC and finish a beat now. There's no need to go in and make loops unless you're a loop maker and that's just what you do. But there's no reason for you to make a sequence and just have a whole bunch of sequences and no finished beats and no finished songs. There's no excuse now. Now you have everything at your fingertips. There's no reason to bitch and complain when you can go right there and make a whole complete song. But that's Lonze. That's how Lonze feels about it because all my machines, that was one thing that I started out doing was that once I learned how to make complete songs in the MPC, I didn't leave the MPC until I had a song completed. And I exported every track out. Once I finished that beat, I exported every track out to a song, saved it to my hard drive, and now I have collection of beats by year. So 2024, I got all the beats I made on every machine by machine name, by the year that I made it, and the name of the track. So 2024, I can go in at the end of the year. I can go in the 2024 folder, do a tally of how many beats I made for 2024, put it into my list of you know my list of goals because every year I try to beat the previous year of how many beats I made the previous year. and then I also have them in my folder so I can upload to my website. Oh yeah, thank you, Masada. I appreciate that. Appreciate you dropping those gems on us. Um, I have nothing but respect for you, and I know that what you're doing out there in the MPC family and everywhere across the board comes from a place of genuine love for the game, love for the music, and the love for people. So I appreciate you, salute you, and thank you for even stopping by. I'm honored that you're even here making comments in this live. I'm honored that you even watch any of my videos. I appreciate it. Y'all don't If y'all don't know who Masada is, man, he is a legend. He is a legend in this group. He's a legend in this MPC game. He's a legend in this music game. And so yeah, man, show that man love. He got the he got a lot of expansion packs that are like next level. And if you are familiar with lazy chopping, you're looking at the inventor of lazy chop right here. Said good things are coming. I know that's right. And it's only beginning. Yeah, feel free to drop your the name of your pack, your latest pack, or where they can get the expansions from in the comments, and that way I can pass it along too, because the comments are gonna leave once I post it live. It'll start back over. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to just get my studio streamlined so that I can show y'all the software and my process of working in the software, because I think that's lacking. That's lacking on the content side of the MPC side. You don't see a lot of people. I know Masada works in the software. I know there's a couple people that works in the software. So yeah, I want to also be out there working in the software and see how good it is to work in software. And I don't even get endorsed and paid by Akai or nothing like. So this is just off the strength of me believing in the hardware and the software. Just just what it is. I love it. I love it that much. So but anyway, what else? I didn't even have like an agenda of anything that I was talking about. I just wanted to come in and get in front of the people and say what's up, and kind of just voice my opinion on what I'm looking at. Um, it's a question. I believe there's only 18 drum patterns out there that we all use. Everything is about the sample we find. Your thoughts? Um, Let me read this other question. You know how people say the MPC 4000 is the most powerful? Not anymore. The advantages of the 4K hat over the X will be so. Oh shit. Okay. Damn it. I probably shouldn't have read that then. Okay, so he says I believe there's only 18 drum patterns out there that we all use. Yeah. Everything is about the sample we find. Your thoughts? Well, let me throw this little wrench in the equation. Originally when I first started producing, right, I thought sampling was cheating. I hated anybody that sampled records. I hated to hear anybody that did any sampling because I thought it was cheating. If you couldn't play an instrument, if you couldn't play if you couldn't play it yourself or manipulate the sound through MIDI to play it yourself, I just thought it was cheating. And it took me a whole bunch of years. I went probably like 5, 6, maybe 8 years thinking it was cheating, right? And then I decided to try it one day. And then I said to myself, why am I cheating myself out of sampling when the basis of hip hop came out of sampling. Like all the shit that you heard in the 80s and 90s came from sampling. And the stuff that they played was minimal compared to what they sampled with. But just to have the creativity to find a record and sample it and the hear what you hear is incredible in itself. It's a talent in itself. But anyway, back to your question about everything is about the sample that you find. It's a mix for me. Sometimes when I feel like chopping samples, I chop samples when I feel the feeling to chop samples. And then on the other end of that, when I get in here and create music, I like to figure out the chords. I like to figure out the sounds. I like to hear where I can take this one itty bitty sound and make it do something else. The 16 levels, the pad perform, all that kind of stuff, the key groups. I like that part of creating because nobody can go in and create what my brain says I'm able to create. I don't try to sound like nobody. I don't make music that sounds like anybody else's music. Whatever I make comes out of whatever I make. If I think it sounds good, that's just what happens and that's what goes in it. If it's not rappable, it's not rappable. If it's not singable, it's not singable. If I am making a skeleton beat for somebody to rap on or sing on, then that's just what it is. But really, I just make the music that feels good to myself. So for me specifically, making music is all about how it feels and how it comes out. So if you sample and if you're just all sample based, then by all means be sample based. If you're a combination of sample based and playing keys or playing an instrument, by all means, whatever sounds good and makes you happy, do that shit. Thank you. Yeah, I'm 46, so by this time I should have some shit together, right? I try not to as my friend says, I ain't raising too much hell, so I try not to raise too much hell. But yeah, you know what I enjoy, to be honest with you. When I first started my social media content thing, I was following every producer that I can find that made beats on MPC or Maschine. Everyone I can find that made beats, I followed them on Instagram. And so what ended up happening was now my feed was nothing but producers and nothing but people that make music. And so when I open up my Instagram, it would make me, I just be inspired to make music because I can see other people make music on Instagram. But the problem with that is that when I started to now having to sell a product to people, all of my customers and everybody that I would see on my Instagram would all be producers. So the only way that I can really sell a product would be to sell a product to producers. And I wasn't at that point of selling products to producers. It was more like just selling beats and selling songs and all that kind of stuff. Sync licensing and things of that nature. Um, and then I figured out that okay, now there's a crowd out there that makes YouTube content videos, TikTok videos, and now they need music. And that's where some of my music comes in, to where I'm able to provide music for those guys that make YouTube videos. Um, and so, where was I going with that? Social media and producing. I don't know where I was going with that, but um, I had to learn. I had to learn and figure out that, you know, when my directions change as far as what I'm doing with my content and my music, I had to figure out how to work around in those social media spots and places. Hey, Antics, I don't know if you're on Facebook or not, but Facebook Masada has a Facebook group called the MPC Family. You might want to join that MPC group if you haven't joined it already. And there is a sample challenge going on in there. If you scroll down probably about 10 posts, you'll be able to find it. Or you can just, in the search bar, you can search for the MPC Family Challenge, I believe. But yeah, you might want to join that challenge and see what everybody's doing. But the family group is a great group where it's nothing but producers who are giving up game, showing what they do. It's the positive side of the MPC forum. So what else? So let me plug this again. Thank you everybody for joining the live. I appreciate you being here for as long as you've been through. I hope my video is coming good. It looks a little grainy on my iPad, but on my computer it looks great. The wonders of the internet. But it says, I hate social media. I have the hottest stuff never published. Hey, you gotta put it to the test. Put it to the test. Social media is the way of the future. You won't be able to reach the people that you need to reach if you don't reach them through social media. You can only reach people so far if you cut off and limit yourself on the highways and byways that you have to go to get your music out there. So yeah, you want the rest of the world to hear that never would have heard it if they didn't hear it on social media. Social media has its place where you can introduce yourself in a new way out there to a whole world that's out there on social media. I don't know your age. Me, I'm 46, but I've been on social media since YouTube. I hear you. Hey, plug me to some of your see, and this is how it works, right? A person comes in and say, I got the hottest song on the radio, and you say, point me to where your song is, and then they're gonna ask for your social media. So if you had yeah, and then he the stuff he got in his vault ain't been released and can't be released and won't be released because it's on lock, and nobody will ever hear the greatness of what he got in his vault, and for another however many years it take for Jay-Z or whoever owns his stuff that's in the vault to let it out and play it, and then he's already gone, so he won't even be able to hear what people thought about it. So yeah, I don't want my any of my information to be left on hard drives, which it will be because I got thousands and thousands of beats and shit, songs that's on hard drive that probably will never see the light of day. So they won't be heard, but yeah, I don't want to have a full vault. But as I was saying with social media, when people want to hear what you got, they're going to ask for your social media. So if you don't have any social media, I know that you do have social media. I know you said you just hate social media, but I'm just saying, just for the masses, that if you don't partake in social media in its entirety, then when people go to figure out who you are and test you, then they're able to come to your social media and find it. You can find the devil just by sitting there. He'll come your way. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why you have to stand. You have to stand on what you know. Stand on the faith. Stand on the person who can always beat the devil, and you'll always be alright. And you'll know he'll come, but you can always bust him upside the head and beat him away. Yeah, I want to hear your stuff though. I want to hear your music. You say you got the hottest music never published. Psh, I want to hear you put it out. I want to see those freaking videos with the 8800. Do that. Even if you gotta record with your iPhone or your Samsung phone or whatever phone you got. Record that joint, put it out, and go from there. You never know how many people you'll reach. I guarantee you, there's at least 10,000 people out there that would watch. There's probably a million people out there that watch an MV video on the 8800. But yeah, my music changed from just doing it for the love of it and just liking to make music to a business, to literally DJing, to owning my own LLC, to producing music for artists. So it became a business. So I no longer had the opportunity to just do it for the love. So yeah. So now everything I do right now is all um and don't we all need 100K? Hey, you never know. You need 100 loyal followers that will subscribe, pay for your content, and pay for what it is that you do, or donate to whatever it is that you do. If you had 1,000, think about it. It's just like selling records on the street. If you had 1,000 people that would buy your, let's say 1,000 people that would buy your $20 mixtape, you can do the math. 1,000 loyal followers every time you drop the mixtape for $10. Every time. And now those 1,000 people go and find another 1,000 people that come in, and now those 2,000 people buy your $10 mixtape every time you drop a mixtape. You don't need 100,000. So I record my videos on a whole bunch of different cameras, mostly the the i360 camera and iPhone. Those are my main cameras that I use. I have some other cameras that you can probably see one in the background. I won't tell you what they are, but I got some other cameras that I use to do my videos. But then I bring the footage into places like Video Shop because I can edit those on my phone. Man, hey, you listen. God works in mysterious ways. So my social media manager, Khalif Wins, is down in the comments. He just popped in and he's saying, "What's up?" So what's up, Khalif? That's the guy that you need to talk to about social media. You want to talk to about production. You want to talk about how to get your channel off the ground. That is somebody that you need to that's somebody that you need to hook up with, man, to kind of figure out what you need to do. Yeah, I use DaVinci Resolve, but DaVinci Resolve is very labor intensive on my MacBook, and I tried it on the Mac Studio, and it wasn't like I needed it to be. And CapCut, I didn't want to pay for CapCut because I use Video Shop, so I just stick with what works. So if he said my screen just froze. I'm not sure what part y'all missed, but yeah, you don't need 100K followers to do anything. You just need 1,000 loyal followers. You just need 100 loyal followers, and you grow those 100 followers or those 1,000 followers to be able to buy your content or invest into whatever it is that you do. 。 Okay, cool. It said he can hear me when the screen was frozen. Man, my internet is stupid over here. I just upgraded to the next best internet that's available, like 2 gigs, and it still acts stupid. So this is probably the longest that I've been on a live, but this is going to this is gonna drive some freaking numbers up on YouTube. So thank y'all again. Back to what I was saying. Thank you all for everybody that's came into the video. And if you're in this room now, you might want to go back up through the comments and read some of the comments up there, because there's some exclusive information that got dropped in the comments that I can't say live on the on the video. Go back up through the comments before I end this live, because the comments are gonna go away, and I did not screenshot them, so you're going to miss out on this information, and hopefully I can remember it when this video ends. But however, again, thank you all for coming to the video, to the live. And again, if you don't know where to find me, all you gotta do is Google me, BeatsbyLonza. I'm everywhere, on all the social media platforms, on all the DSPs, on Bandcamp, beatsbylonza.bandcamp.com. Civil Days Music, that's my guy. Khalif Wins, that's my guy. DC, he's not in the building today, but that's a collective, man. It's an X-Men collective that we got going on. Some of the most talented brothers out here in the content, MPC, and music game. And those are some guys that y'all need to check in with, follow, subscribe, and get with them, because they're moving the needle in the culture. Moving the needle, making shit happen. But yeah, oh man, great live. Good information has been passed into this live, and it's and it didn't come from me, so I'm happy about that. Any last questions before I get up out of here? Again, thank you to the brothers, man, for all y'all do, for all the motivation, for all the information on how to move forward, information on just seeing y'all do great things, seeing your channels explode and do good, and it motivates me to do what it is that I do. So again, thank you all. Silver Days Music, Khalif Wins, DC, Antics, I appreciate you being in the live the whole time. My man Masada, appreciate you for coming through. It's always a blessing and an honor for you to come through and bless my page and just be in the mix with my people. I really appreciate you. And Antics, get with me. I want to hear your music, and I look forward to you dropping your stuff. Follow me on YouTube. That way I can see your information. I can put a notification bell on when you drop, and we'll go from there. So, all right. Well, if that's all y'all got, I'm out. BeatsbyLonza. Appreciate you. See you next time. I'll stay in about 1 more minute so y'all can scroll back up through those comments. Y'all might want to look through them comments, because there's some information in there. I'm going to stay on about 1 more minute. Oh, shit. It's some shit coming, y'all. It's some shit coming. I am excited. There's some shit coming. I got to hurry up before damn Dayson get on his live, because I want to see his live. So I want to be taking up his time. Alrighty then. Peace out, man. BeatsbyLonza.